Are you sick of the constant negativity, the endless bad news, and the feeling that our precious world is falling apart? I was, but I found an unexpected escape. A way to reclaim my joy. It involved 2 furballs and a bit of creativity. I have often so much on my mind that I can't enjoy my life. And I cannot say that I'm always so busy. I just get overwhelmed by the noise that is around us all the time. I constantly follow the news to stay updated on what's going on in the world. And I constantly get pissed off by the news because I feel like we only talk about the bad things that are happening. Like wars or corrupt politicians that get away with wasting billions. Yeah, all of that is important, but I would appreciate to hear more about the positive stuff as well. Like the huge progress scientists have made in cancer research, or that the tiger population in Thailand has increased by 250%. Isn't that great? But I can't enjoy those news because I get stressed out by things that are so big and out of my control that I often feel lost. Yeah, okay, we probably perceive bad news much more strongly because they trigger all these negative emotions in us. It's a vicious cycle. We want to know about the bad things that are happening because we want to protect ourselves, and because we give the media our attention based on these negative stories, they give us more of them. And so we are bombarded with negativity. The news is full of disasters, social media isn't much help either, and we are constantly told to buy more, do more, be more. It's the perfect recipe for anxiety and burnout. But does it really have to be this way? I don't want to accept that I'm fixated on negativity for the rest of my life. Everyone talks about some big goals. Everyone wants to be successful and rich and famous. Isn't everyone's ultimate goal in life to be happy? But will I ever be happy if I make my own happiness dependent on what others say and think? Maybe the secret to happiness isn't achieving some grand elusive goal. Maybe it's about being in charge of my own emotions and feelings. Or maybe it's just about appreciating the simple everyday moments that we often take for granted. I guess it can't be a bad idea to follow the advice of our greatest minds. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. Speaking of little things, meet our cats Pablo and Salvador. It's surprising, but these 2 little sweeties have taught me so much about this. They find joy in a sunbeam, a crumbled piece of paper, or a gentle scratch behind the ears. They are masters of living in the present moment. And so they have inspired me to make a little painting for them that hopefully also makes me happy, and maybe you will like it too. Sure, I could just give them treats. That would make them pretty happy. But I want to find a way to fight the constant negativity around me. Hier, Freunde, jetzt mit ihr 2 Leckerlis, gell? Ja, jetzt mit sie natürlich Leckerlis. Animals, especially cats, have this amazing ability to remind us to slow down and to enjoy the present moment. That got me thinking, what could bring more of this mindful present moment awareness into my own life? What are the little things that make me happy? Enjoying the first blossoms in the spring, or watching the sunset while the birds chirp. Little moments like these make most of us happy. For me personally, however, there's one thing that has always made me happy, for as long as I can remember. I love to create. Painting, drawing, sculpting, woodworking, designing, I just love it. But even my passion had become another source of stress. I have a pretty competitive nature, and I constantly challenge myself to make better, bigger and more thoughtful stuff. And I often push myself so far that I destroy the fun part, the process of creating. And then, while I'm losing it, art has, like my cats, the ability to remind me to calm down and to get a grip on my emotions. Because the thing with art is, you can't force it. You know, art is like a fart. If you force it, it's probably shit. One of the toughest parts, and I think most creative people feel this way, is to look at the almost finished piece and just feeling like an imposter because it looks so bad. But that's also nothing to worry about because it gets better with time and it lies in my own control. Creating something is always a bit of a struggle, but while making it, I never get as stressed or frustrated as with the negativity, the bad news and the constant pressure in our world. Yes, it can be exhausting, but in a good way, like going for a run or having a nice long conversation. While doing what I love, I usually get a much clearer mind, and I can see that it isn't all so bad. Sure, there are a lot of really horrible things happening in the world right now, but I have realized that if I'm in a bad mood or even depressed, that won't change them either. So to be clear, just because I'm focusing in my everyday life more on the little things that I can control, I'm not going to stop to care about the things that matter to all of us. I alone just can't change something that affects all of us. Heck, even a president is powerless if he loses his supporters. That's why I will try to use my energy wiser. I'm going to go voting and I'm going to argue with the douchebags that want to tell me that the earth is flat. And I'm going to make some political videos and I'm going to take part in protests. And all of that will consume my energy and will frustrate me from time to time. But in the meantime, I will enjoy the little things that bring me happiness. Because if I let negativity drag me down, it would not only make me miserable, but I would also drag others down with me. The problem is, if we fight so much with ourselves, we can't stand up together for justice anymore. And then the bad guys have almost won. So yes, I think we should appreciate the little things in life a lot more. Because maybe one day we will look back and realize that they were what really mattered to us. This little painting started from the idea of painting some unusual friends for my cats. Friends that are different and are seen mostly as prey by cats. I like the idea that there could be a world where they evolve and get along with each other. Unfortunately, for that level of self-awareness, cats probably aren't intelligent enough. We humans, on the other hand, don't have this excuse. My cats probably won't understand any of that. And they probably will not care much about this painting. But for me, it's a reminder every time I look at it to not be such a gruntler and to slow down and appreciate the little things that make me happy. It's a reminder that happiness isn't some distant destination. Happiness is a journey, and even if it's tough some days, it's just an arm's length away. So what about you? What are the little things that bring you joy? And have you found a way to stay grounded and present in the midst of the chaos? Share your thoughts in the comments below.